C-160 Tactical Transport Aircraft. The C-160 tactical transport aircraft originated in the 1960s and began service in the late 1970s. It has been in service for over 40 years now. As a result, countries that use the aircraft, including France, Germany, Spain, the Netherlands, and Belgium, have all begun to retire it in a planned manner in the coming months and next year. The main focus of this video is still on the surface of the aircraft. I will explain the materials we used below. First, let's take a look at these reference photos. We can see a clear grid pattern on the fuselage, both the front and rear sections, and on the vertical tail. In my opinion, this is because of the humid weather, which has caused the dry and wet areas to be clearly defined. This phenomenon is not just seen in one photo, but in multiple photos. Therefore, this is a very important reference for me when simulating the old paint. The first few reference photos are of the German Air Force paint scheme, and the last one is of the French Air Force's blue-gray paint scheme. I am using the German color standard. Next is the assembly process. This is a very standardized process, of course, with a lot of putty and sanding involved. I will not discuss this here, as my focus is on the surface, painting, and weathering. Next is the painting process. The most challenging part of the painting process is to adjust the color to be very close to the standard color of the German Air Force. The adjustment of the deep purple color is particularly challenging. Next is the application of panel lines. I use oil paint to apply the panel lines to all the major panel line locations. After the panel lines are dry, the next step is to apply decals. When applying decals, you will notice that there are many very thin lines. This is just a matter of being patient and taking your time to apply them. We now come to the weathering process. The most important key is to use the masking method to express the dry streaks. We first go over all the panel line locations, and then use the irregular masking tape to cover all the panel line locations. This is a very frustrating process that requires patience and time to go over all the lines. After going over it once, we have two options. We can either use dry brushing with oil paint, or we can spray a very thin layer of oil paint onto the areas we want to express as white. After spraying, wait for everything to dry, and then use a rubber eraser to rub off the masking tape lines. This will result in the appearance you see before you. Once again, I took these photos in my backyard with the sun shining. The dry and wet areas of these model aircraft, the expression of the original colors, and the expression of various brush strokes can all be captured in great detail in the sunlight. This is a type of photography that I really like. Once again, thank you for watching this video. This masking tape weathering method is very easy to do. You can try it out. If you have any comments, please feel free to let me know. Please continue to follow us, and see you in our next video.